For more on the life and legacy of Simone Veil, we're joined here in studio by Marianne Duquesne from the women's advocacy group Les Enfantés, which translates to the shameless. Thanks for being here with us.
Thank you for having me.
Now, Veil's work broke many barriers in France. How do you think that her burial at the Pantheon will affect her legacy?
I think it's a great commemoration of her fight. She struggled all her life from being deported to having to fight alongside men for women's rights and then for the European construction. So I think it's an amazing reward, especially since there are such few women in the Panthéon.
And when it comes to feminism, Veil was really ahead of her time in so many ways, and working at a time when there were so few women in politics in France. Now in the era of Me Too, what do you think that she means to young women in France now who might not remember when she was originally doing this work?
I think the fight for abortion, since it's being really targeted all across Europe, so many countries today are trying to reduce the right to abortion in Europe. So even for young women today, they understand that it's not granted and that you have to fight and keep it a right. So for us, I think it's really a symbol because she fought in the 70s to grant that right, even for health reason. And today we still have to protest for abortion. So for us, it's an important symbol, and that she is recognized as such an amazing human being in the Panthéon. It means that people still do believe today that abortion should be a right.
And we've seen a popular T-shirt here in France, the Merci Simone T-shirt,
yes,
also popular with young women. Now let's talk a little bit about the wider European continent. She was also a leading advocate for European cooperation. How would you say that that's impacted the European continent today?
I think for us, as a young person, I've grown up feeling European, being able to go to neighboring countries as if there are no frontiers, there are no barriers. And for us, we really feel European. So I think she has contributed to that. And when you see the rise of nationalisms and the people who want to close frontiers today, it's actually an important symbol to remember that she was one of the few people who tried to open them as much as possible and make a cooperation between European countries.
Marianne Duquesne, thanks so much for joining us here on France 24.